Hi everyone. Today we'll be learning about finding the inverse of a function. Okay. So let's just forget what inverse actually means or how to find the inverse of a function. Let's first understand what inverse is. Okay. So I'll take a real life example and we'll understand what it means to find out the inverse of a function. Okay. All right. So suppose I have a statement in English which is good morning. Okay, I have a statement or a salutation in English which is good morning. Now, suppose someone asks me to convert it into French. So, what I'll do, I'll convert the statement into French. So, what is the French statement for good morning? It is bonjour. All right. So I have converted a statement in English, which is good morning, into a statement in French, which is bonjour. All right. Now, suppose someone asks me to do the exact opposite of this. Suppose I have a statement in French, which is bonjour, and a person asks me to convert this into English. So, what I'll do, I'll tell him that bonjour is like the meaning of bonjour in English is good morning. Okay, so what we are doing here, what can we infer from this? We are converting a statement into another language and then we are doing the exact opposite. All right, so suppose this is your original statement and this is your converted statement. Okay, now when we go from the new statement to the original statement, that is known as your inverse. Okay, so inverse basically means going from the new result to the previous result or the old result. Okay, now let's understand this in terms of functions. Okay, now suppose I have a function fx equals okay, let's take an example. Suppose I have a number x equals 3. Okay, I have a number and I have assigned it to a variable which is x. Okay, so x equals 3. Suppose I ask you to multiply this number by 2. Okay, so let's make a function, and what we'll do, we'll multiply this number with 2 and then I ask you to add 1 in that. All right, so what will be the answer? It will be 6 plus 1 equals 7. So what is your function? The function is 2x plus 1. Okay. The function is 2x plus 1. Now suppose if we'll take x equals 2 like we did here. So what we'll do? We'll first multiply 2 with 2. So it will be 2 multiplied by 2 and then we'll add 1. So fx is equals to 5. Okay, now this is the original result. What is the original form? It is 2. We have input the value 2 in this function, and what is the result that we are getting? It is 5. Now if we want to go from the new result to the previous result, what are we going to do? What we are going to do is, first, what is the last function, what is the last operation that we did? We added 1. So what we'll do, we'll first subtract 1 from this new result. We are doing exactly the opposite what we did here. Okay, so let's first subtract 1. So it will be 4. And what is the original function? We first multiplied it with 2. So we'll divide it by 2. So now when we'll divide 4 by 2, we'll get 2, which is our original result. Okay, so for finding out the inverse or to understand what inverse exactly means, we go from the new result to the original one by just doing the reverse operations of what we did when we were finding out the values of the by putting x equals 2 in the original function. Okay, now in the next video we'll learn how to find the inverse of a function. So there are a list of steps which you need to learn to find out the inverse of a function.